Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. And heavyweight news and brief it is today, starting with the co-manager for Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel, denying that his fighter will skip the Luis Ortiz rematch in favour of rematching Tyson Fury next. The possibility of bringing forward that rematch, it was first suggested by Fury's co-promoter Bob Arum after the Tom Schwarz win, and then fellow promoter Eddie Hearn also fanned speculation by saying he didn't believe Wilder would face Ortiz next. But Shelly Finkel denies that there's any truth in any of that, telling World Boxing News, "At this time, and as Deontay Wilder told his fans, we are fighting Luis Ortiz. Then we will fight Tyson Fury. I'm not sure why this question is being asked, but Deontay's fight, our next fight, is Ortiz. The Fury rematch will follow." And in terms of a date and a venue for the Ortiz rematch, Finkel stated, "Nothing has been confirmed for New York. We are in the process of looking." Alexander Povetkin has been pulled from the card in Saudi Arabia next month that's been headlined by Amir Khan. Promoter Eddie Hearn, who is working with Povetkin and his promoters World of Boxing, told IFL TV the 39-year-old will be shifted to another date. Matchroom was going to be involved in the promotion of the event, but Hearn confirmed that this is now no longer the case, but he wouldn't go into specifics. Hearn says Povetkin may now box on July 27th on the Maurice Hooker card in Dallas, Texas. Also in that same interview, Hearn revealed that the resolution that the WBC has been working on in relation to Dillian White and the bid for the mandatory challenger position to be on the line for his next fight on July 20th, that resolution is in the process of being finalised. It's in its final stages. Hearn characterised it as a major moment for Dillian White's career. Meanwhile, Hughie Fury has been announced in a 10-round fight on the July 12 card that Alexander Povetkin has been pulled from. He will face former faded champion Samuel Peter, who hasn't had a significant win in several years. But in some ways, this does actually represent a step up from the 24-year-old's comeback opponent in May, Chris Norrad. So in one sense, it's not a great fight, but Fury will be better for the activity, and his trainer Peter Fury had indicated after the Norrad fight that Fury would be fighting 2 or 3 more times this year. It was also announced at the same time that the Saudi Arabia card will screen on Channel 5 in the UK. The New Zealand fringe contender Junior Farr, who's currently 17-0 and holds a WBO ranking, says he'll be looking to stop the durable journeyman Dominic Gwynn this weekend on the undercard of the Beltran and Comey fight in California.
What I've seen from him so far is that he's a very well-schooled boxer. He's very experienced, doesn't make too many mistakes, a little bit gun-shy sometimes, so I'll be looking to implement a bit of pressure just to keep him on the ropes. Keep him busy with his guard, and then, God willing, I land a big shot and I take him out, which would be the first person to stop him in his career. So that's my goal for this fight, is to obviously get the win. So I'm either looking forward to a good 10 rounds or to a good stoppage. So I've been working on a few things with my coach. I won't go into too much detail for obvious reasons, but I am very looking forward to this fight. I'm very excited about it, and I just can't wait to put on a good show, because I know this is going to be a good test for me. So I'm looking forward to it.
Unified champion Andy Ruiz Jr. is keen for a rematch with Joseph Parker should he win his rematch with Anthony Joshua. Parker defeated Ruiz Jr. in a close fight in 2016 to win the WBO title in his home country of New Zealand. Ruiz Jr. says, "I'd like to fight him after we get the fight I have first. I never look past an opponent that I have. Right now, I'm just focused on getting the results that I got in the last fight in the rematch and remain the Mexican heavyweight champion of the world." Promoter Frank Warren believes that Tyson Fury's recent fight with Tom Schwarz probably made him a bigger name in the United States than both Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. In the space of only a few weeks, Warren says that Tyson has become one of the most recognisable sporting figures in the biggest market of them all. It's fully vindicated our decision to generate huge exposure for the world's #1 heavyweight before revisiting a proposed rematch with Deontay Wilder. He goes on to say, say the fight is simply getting bigger all the time. The magnitude of it will only increase further once Tyson and Deontay take to the ring again. He says it's a little bit ironic that Tyson just being himself, a bit of showbiz swagger, while all the time honest over his shortcomings and the subject of mental health. He has achieved in one weekend in Vegas what a carefully orchestrated campaign set out to do for Anthony Joshua in New York recently. The Americans' public awareness of Tyson Fury is probably now even greater than that of Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Frank Warren statements. Meanwhile, former cruiserweight champion and sometime heavyweight Tony Bellew has paid Tyson Fury a big compliment, telling Express Sport, anyone who goes past 4 rounds with Tyson Fury is going to lose, and that includes AJ. I think personally he will get to him in those 4 rounds, but if it goes 4 rounds and you're not going to figure him out, his footwork movement is absolutely brilliant for someone of his size and weight. Daniel Dubois has taken a swipe at the showmanship of his upcoming opponent, Nathan Gorman. The prospects will contest the vacant British heavyweight title on July 13th. They have been going back and forth at each other now for months, even well ahead of their fight being made. Gorman has previously stated that he will be looking to knock out Daniel Dubois, but he is prepared to fall back on his boxing skills if the situation demands it. Dubois says this is the sort of fighter that will never be entertaining. It's just the way he is. One thing I can tell you is he is never ever going to be exciting to watch. As my last opponent said, he is baby food, and this guy has definitely been on that. Meanwhile, Nathan Gorman believes that Dubois' power is overrated, saying, I've shared the ring with him on numerous occasions. Yes, it was 3 or 4 years ago, but unless he's developed monstrous power, then nothing really can trouble me. People have yet to see how tough I am. I am a very tough man, but there are no awards for being a tough man in boxing, is there? So I will avoid those punches. And reporter Jennifer Ravallo, otherwise known as Jenny Sushi, has told Bulgarian media she is not pursuing a case against Kubrat Pulev. Pulev leaned in and kissed the reporter without permission after his most recent fight in California in March. The incident generated headlines around the world, and Pulev laughed it off initially, claiming the two were friends and there was nothing to it. Ravallo later claimed the Bulgarian also groped her buttocks off camera after the interview was done, and then hired high-powered lawyer Gloria Allred and held a well-publicised press conference. Pulev, in the wake of the incident, had his boxing license suspended in California, and this was confirmed at a hearing in May, at which Pulev also apologised to Ravallo for his actions. He will again front the California State Athletic Commission in July as part of a follow-up. It's unclear what, if any, further action Ravallo would have taken in relation to this matter, but she's told Bulgaria Today, I want to make it clear that I have never brought a case. He lied to the world when he said we were friends while kissing me. It was the first match in the US, besides he grabbed my buttocks in the tent after the match. I was silent all the time, but I received messages from Pulev's girlfriend who followed me at Instagram. She put my hashtags in her posts, saying that I was the one using the case to become popular. I will not change anything, no matter what I am saying. Bulgarians already have an opinion. That's it from me. Drop a comment. Loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.